Hello, this is Mastan. Today we're discussing about a single phase AC voltage controller with RL load, resistor inductive load. Let us see the diagram, circuit diagram and waveforms also. So already first class we're discussing the definitions of AC voltage controller. So what is meant by AC voltage controller? The name of AC voltage controller means AC to AC converter. So it is defined by it converts fixed AC to variable AC with the constant frequency. In one stage conversion is also called as a AC voltage controller. So here with the topic is present topic is AC voltage controller with RL load. Clear? So the symbol for AC voltage controller uh, means two thyristors will be connected anti-parallel, or a single diag also used for the symbol of AC voltage controller. Let us see the diagram. It is a circuit diagram and it is a waveforms of single phase AC voltage controller with RL load. So it is circuit diagram. In this diagram, it is AC voltage is connected. Two thyristors is in anti-parallel. So these combination is connected in series with supply, and again it is connected to in series with RL load, resistive inductor load, and again is connected to negative of the supply. Clear? Two thyristors will be anti-parallel. So these combinations is called AC voltage controller. Okay, it is a diagram, circuit diagram of single phase AC voltage controller. So previous concept, during every end of every end of half cycle, the output voltage 0, and there is no output voltage and there is no output current during that conditions after end of every half cycle. Why? Because the load consists only resistive load, means the power factor is unity and there is no energy storage elements in a resistive in previous concept. But in this concept, there is one element is added to that load, that is inductive load. So due to presence of this type of load, so during every half cycle, during past half cycle, this inductor stores energy. Whatever energy will stores in during half cycle, that energy again it is dissipated. Again it is transferred through before giving to the firing pulses to the T2 thyristors. So that is happening in this case. Means there is a chance of presence of some negative voltage before firing pulse is given to that second thyristors. That is the difference between R and RL load. Due to presence of inductive load means whatever energy stores during past half cycle, that energy will be transferred before applying the second firing pulses to the second thyristors. That is happened here. So that is we discuss. Okay, let us take first. It is a circuit diagram. That means Vs plus is connected series to the two thyristors anti-parallel combinations. These combination is connected to the supply and again in series with RL load. It is a diagram and these are the waveforms. The first waveform shows supply voltage Vs, Vm sin omega t, Vm maximum value, sinusoidal omega t. Okay, sin omega t, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. And IZ1 means what? Gate current of first thyristor, second IZ2, gate current of second thyristor. So where which time you should represent the gate currents of 1 and 2 means every past half cycle first thyristor will be triggered, every negative half cycle second thyristor will be triggered. Okay, so IZ1 represent only past half cycles, IZ2 represent only negative half cycle, and this is nothing but I0 IS supply and load current waveforms and output voltage waveforms. It is VT1 means voltage across thyristor, V22 voltage across thyristor T2. Clear? Okay, these are the waveforms. Now let us take operations of these single phase AC voltage controller with resistive and inductive load means during first half cycle, positive is connected to anode of T1 with respect to cathode. T1 comes in conduction mode. Once we should apply firing pulses, then it starts conducting and it allows current flows through the T1 through R and L and finally reaches to supply. It is a closed form. Clear? Then, okay. So initially, first half cycle starts. So initially, first half cycle start means T1 state is forward blocking mode. During that mode, the VT1 is equal to Vs. Okay, VT1 is equal to Vs. Whatever voltage is applied to that supply, that is presented here up to this portion only. This portion. Okay. So after that, we should apply firing pulses at omega is equal to alpha. Automatically, T1 changes from forward blocking mode to forward conduction mode, means it comes in conduction mode. It means it is triggered by firing pulses at omega is equal to alpha. So it starts conducting, then it acts as a short circuit. So the current starts, that is IS, starts from supply to thyristor and load and finally reaches to supply. It is a waveform. See, okay, clear? And here, once the thyristor will be triggered, what is the output voltage? These output voltage followed by supply voltage. Whatever voltage is given to that input, the same output voltage will be presented. These portion, same magnitude up to end of positive half cycle, up to end of positive half cycle. At end of positive half cycle, what is the voltage? Supply voltage becomes 0. What is mean that it is naturally commutated by T1, automatically T1 becomes turned off, in which time omega d is equal to pi. So up to omega d is equal to alpha to pi, T1 is in on state. At omega d is equal to pi, T1 is off state actually, because of natural commutated by thyristor T1. But the load is RL load, means due to presence of inductive load, these inductor stores energy. So these energy will transfer directly through T1. Okay, T1, in which time negative half cycle starts. So that's why T1 is not in off state up to negative half cycle start also. So in which up to means that the voltage becomes negative. Up to this portion, the T1 comes in conduction mode. What is that conduction period? Alpha to pi plus alpha. Alpha to pi plus alpha. T1 is in on state. At pi plus alpha means it is negative half cycle. Negative half cycle means it is negative, it is positive, means negative is connected to cathode of T2. T2 becomes is in a conduction mode once firing pulse is given to second thyristor. So where we given the firing pulses to second thyristor means omega is equal to pi plus alpha. So during the at the time only the second thyristor will be comes in conduction mode. So what is the current path? It is opposite, negative directions. It is negative, that is Vs minus Vs plus. Here the polarity changes automatically. Vs plus are load and second thyristor and finally Vs plus. So it is a path directions. Okay, so like that it is happened. So it is the current path, it is the voltage, negative voltage, and so this portion comes due to the second thyristor is in a on state. Okay, it is a portion comes in T1 on state, it is a portion comes in T2 on state. So like that, it is positive half cycle, it is negative half cycle, again positive half cycle, negative half cycle. So every positive half cycle, the gate current that is firing pulse is given to the T1 thyristor. Every negative half cycle, firing pulse is given to the second thyristor. So due to that conditions, we are getting waveform like this. Due to presence of inductive load, during post half cycle, these inductor stores energy. This energy directly transferred through that T1 thyristor. T1 is also conduction mode up to negative half cycle starts, up to second firing pulse is given to the second thyristors. So that's why you are getting as negative voltage. So during that negative voltage presented across output voltage, during that time also the output current is positive only, not as zero, not as zero. So that's why the current starts at pi omega t is equal to alpha to pi plus alpha. So what is the output voltage? Output voltage starts at alpha to pi plus alpha. So in this case only the conduction period, the conduction angle starts taken from alpha to pi plus alpha. Only RL load consider. In R load consider alpha to pi only. RL consider alpha to pi plus alpha. So due to that limits, we calculate RMS voltage and RMS output current, everything should be calculated. Here, in this case, I am taken as one parameters, that is beta. Beta indicates where alpha indicates first firing pulse is given to the first thyristor. Beta indicates second, that is extinction angle. Second thyristors, second firing pulse is given to the second thyristor. I am taken as one more symbol. That angle is called as a extinction angle. Clear? So where the conduction angle I am taken as, it starts at up to this portion to this portion, it's called a beta, that is equal to alpha plus gamma. Gamma indicates conduction angle. Conduction angle I am taken as alpha to pi plus alpha. Gamma is alpha to pi plus alpha, alpha to pi plus alpha. Beta is equal to up to this portion. Okay, this is alpha, it is beta. So beta is equal to alpha plus gamma. Gamma indicates conduction angle, alpha firing angle, beta is extinction angle. Beta is called as extinction angle, alpha firing angle, gamma is nothing but conduction angle. Gamma indicates alpha plus beta. Clear? Gamma is equal to beta minus alpha, beta is equal to alpha plus gamma. Gamma is equal to beta minus alpha. Beta nothing but extinction angle, alpha firing angle, gamma indicates conduction angle. So like that the symbols I am taken. So alpha firing pulses to the first thyristor, beta extinction angle, that means another firing pulses to the second thyristors. We taken different symbols only. Concept is same. Okay. So like that we should calculate it, firing pulses, RMS output voltage. Here I am taken V naught RMS. Same 1 by, why I am consider 1 by pi numerator, number of pulses in a completion of one cycle, denominator total time period. So in one pulses we are consider we are getting 2 pulses, okay, 2 by time period of one cycle 2 pi, 2 to cancel, we get 1 by pi. So limits alpha to beta only, not alpha to pi plus alpha or alpha to beta, both are same. Vm square sin square omega t d omega t whole for 1 by 2. So after simplify, so we are getting V naught RMS is equal to Vm by root 2 into 1 by pi into beta minus alpha plus sin 2 alpha by 2 minus sin 2 beta by 2 whole power 1 by 2. Okay, Vm by root 2 into 1 by pi beta minus alpha plus sin 2 alpha by 2 minus sin 2 beta by 2. So alpha firing angle, beta extinction angle, gamma conduction angle. So like that we have to derive all the RMS output voltage. Okay, I already derived that. Then RMS output current is RMS voltage output voltage to the resistor, then power delivered to load. Okay, so these are the, so by using these formulas we should calculate a problematical in previous next coming classes only. Okay, thank you.